will say that in my experience, I think we're setting ourselves up for failure. Because how many times have I heard in the hallways of court lawyers kind of like dismissing the client, saying, "You're the client. I've got this. I'm the lawyer. I've got this." And so often the way we lawyers step in is that we're the hero that's come in, that they are Princess Leia locked away in the Death Star, right? And we're going to jump into the Millennium Falcon with our group and go in and save them. Right. And so I think that becomes the very precipice that this gets pushed over the because once you tell them at the beginning when you're trying to fix the problem, I'm the one in charge and I can do it all, then you actually disempower them. Right. You detach them from the very consequences and aspects of what's going on, while out of the other side of your mouth asking them to do things that are going to help their case. But at the same point in time, at all the places where you could empower them, we don't. And I find that whenever I empower the client in a particular way, that I seem to get more buy-in that way and less mistakes. And all these lawyers that have these clients that say, well, they seem pretty regulated in the office, you know? Have you ever had any regulated clients in the office that come across just fine in the office and then do crazy things aside from just the other ones you're talking about? Man.
Yeah, but the great thing about the way I like to talk to clients, I'd like to have them sit at a little table in my office and we just have a conversation about what happened. And I can't tell you how many times, I'll use a specific example, when I've been representing a discharged CEO or CFO of a big company, and they sit there in my office and as we get into a nice conversation, they display for me personally, live, the exact things they did that caused the board of directors to pull the plug on them.
Do you have any mechanisms or have found any ways? I call it cognitive emotional hypnosis, quite frankly, because when you get the client to open up a little bit and you create rapport, it's better to ask permission than it is to ask for forgiveness.
Right.
It's the opposite than what everyone talks. Everyone says it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. And I find that becomes a selfish manner because we want what we want at whatever cost.
Right.
Saying that I must ask permission and then always ask forgiveness for anything that I did beyond, that seems to build the relationship from the very, very beginning and actually starts to impart some agency and power and empowerment to the client.
Well, I do something that may be similar to that, but I would describe it differently.
Yeah.
I've learned with clients, if they're big corporations and they're executives or representatives, or if it's one person with the problem, I've learned to take the approach, I want them to teach me, okay? I make them into the teacher of how this situation got to where it is.
Excellent.
And the thing is that empowers them to tell their story their way. Right. I can ask whatever questions I want to ask because they trust me more if I'm hearing their story their way.
Right.
You know? And very often what happens is when it comes to saying the one key to the case that they've been trying to stay away from, teach me how this could happen because here's kind of what the law requires or here's what the legal standards are. And they'll say, oh, you must want to know. And when I hear that, oh, you must want to know, here it comes.
Right.
But you've built an atmosphere of trust,
safety,
and mutuality, and safety. And when you do that, then you have those real conversations. Now, I've had that blow up in my face.